Come here. Welcome to the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, live every Sunday on Leicester Fan TV. Come on, you Foxes.
Yeah, good morning, one and all. How are we all doing? It is Sunday morning. It is the Foxes Aftermath Show. Appreciate you all coming in this morning. What a win! Wasn't the prettiest performance of always, but we got the results. We got the 3 points, which was needed. I think, again, I would have probably took a point before the game. We did get the 3 points, which was good. And as the title says, the captains secure the points. And I put captains because I don't think it was just Ricardo scoring that goal which won us the game. I think the other captain that we had on the pitch beforehand did a very good job in keeping them quiet. Get your views and comments in, as always. Leicester Fan TV is always going to be here, so make sure you follow us on all socials, and we'll get straight into it to talk everything about Birmingham.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.
Yes, as always, make sure to follow us on all socials. We'll get straight into it. Again, there's a few comments I want to bring up because I think it's slowly coming together. Like Gray says, I'm starting to feel like it is coming together a bit more. And it's not just that. I think even like Tony says, it's an improvement on the atmosphere of the ground as well. I don't think it was the best, but I think it was an improvement. Again, the Birmingham fans were giving it. A lot of the fans were giving it back, and I think the chants around the ground in certain areas were just getting better and a bit more of a positive vibe around it. Again, there was a few rooking out chants, but I don't think it's needed in a position where you're 1-0 up early on. I don't agree with it, but again, people can have their say and whatnot. Matthew, how we doing, mate? Simon Swan, appreciate it. Terence says, nice to see you Friday, mate, before and after the game, of course. I bet you're glad with the result. We did say a point would have been a decent one, but 3 points would have been great, and we did get that. Gray did say much better shifts put in. It wasn't pretty, but loads better. Again, yeah, I think I saw signs of this against. I saw signs against Charlton, and the fact that we put bodies on the line, we got stuck in more, and I think this is all down to what Cifuentes said. I'm not saying it's down to him solely, but before the game, again, after the Preston game, he said that we need to start having a feel of togetherness with the fans and how we want to show that we want to be on the pitch. And there's certain players that you could probably mention now with like the likes of Winks, El Canous and all that who aren't seeing the sight of the first team. Obviously, there's certain reasons why for certain players. But for instance, I'm guessing majority of fans would want to see Winks in that team from the start. We didn't even see him come on, which is, again, another sign. But Cifuentes wants players that want to be in that team and want to fight. And I think that's what we saw on Friday night. Craig, appreciate you coming in, mate. Hopefully you can come on the show at some point soon. James Hill did say give the performance about 6.5 out of 10. I probably agree. It wasn't great, but I would say I'd go out there and say, I think Nick's going to say as well when he comes on, that Birmingham weren't great either. Like to say that they are apparently challengers for the top 5 or top 6. Nah, they looked average against us on Friday night. It feels like yesterday. Christ. Yeah, Terence says, I think Winks fell out of favour again. I definitely don't think we actually needed him against Birmingham. Again, it probably would have been a bit more comfortable with him, but I think we got stuck in as much as we could anyway. And we'll bring this last comment up before we do bring some guests on, just because I think this is one of the comments of the show that I think needs to be talked about. As I called the show today, captain secured the points. I think Chowdhury, as much as there was a few errors in his game on Friday night, I think him alone was one of the biggest reasons why we won the game, because he got stuck in. He did what we know he can do. He was bullying the players that were around. He was getting the challenges in, getting the tackles in. I think him alone was one of the biggest reasons why we won the game. But I will start by bringing in Nick. Nick, what's your comments on this, and obviously, how are you?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
I'm good. A bit tired, but we'll push through. First comment of the day, obviously for you then, Chowdhury. What's your take on him? Because I think he's obviously been in that role now for the last 2 games, and I think he's probably deserved his spot going into the next game 2 weeks time.
I think he was solid again myself. I thought he was decent. With Hamza, you know what you know what you're going to get.
Mm.
Nothing's half-assed with Hamza, is it? Let's be fair. So no, I think he disrupted Birmingham quite a bit. Obviously, walking yellow card as we love him for.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I I think Friday's performance was decent myself. I think Birmingham didn't offer anything. We were solid. We were defending as a team many
Yes.
times, which was refreshing to see after last season. And I think it was a solid performance. I don't think you can grumble at it. And let's be fair, it's not people moaning about it's going to be want pretty football. You ain't getting pretty football in the Championship. We're going to have a lot of games like this season. So
No, I
what more
agree.
can you moan about?
Yeah, again, John O'Towers here says, again, the result, we're not playing well is a good sign. Still early days with Marty, we will improve. Again, out of all the games this season, we've not seen the best performances, but the majority of the time we've got good points and good results out of it. And Birmingham, for me, was never going to be one where you absolutely show them how it's done and win it clearly 2-0. It was a scrappy game. It could have gone either way at 1-0. I'm glad we got the early goal. And again, a big thing is us getting the last minute goal with the other captain that comes on the pitch, and I think what a way to end it, and what a way to show that you are the captain of the team right now.
Yeah, 100%. I think, as I say, it's just nice to see the players working as a unit again, isn't it? So there's not a lot. You were talking about Winks and Bilal earlier on, and for me, it's very telling, isn't it? That they're not in the team. Obviously, they're throwing their toys out the pram. So they don't want to be here. Go, and if we can get money for them, go.
Again, I think this is why I'm probably signing on the fact with Cifuentes, and the fact that even if we are leaving out some of our better players, it's because he wants players who wants to play. And I know I saw a lot of fans say about Vestergaard and how well he did again against Birmingham, getting the runs in and whatnot. And I can't fault it. I think the effort and the determination to try and get stuck in the game for me was part of the win. Again, Terence says an 8 for Vestergaard. It was quite good. We will get both Jono and Jamie in. How are you all doing, guys?
Morning, Jamie.
Morning.
How are you, lads?
Yeah, are you
all
happy
right,
with the result?
We've got to be happy with the results, haven't you?
Yeah.
2-0. It was the best performance of the season. Still room for improvement, but yeah, 3 points, clean sheet, good performance. I say could be improved, but yeah, 3 points before the international break. You'd have taken 3 wins out of 4, 9 points. At least if they take the 9 points deduction off us, at least we won't be bottom of the table with Sheffield United losing yet again.
Yeah, that is a blow. I did see your comment last night saying about you'd expected them to lose 4 games in a row at the start of the season. What's your kind of take on the game then? Obviously, we've mentioned, and I think a lot of fans have said that it wasn't the prettiest performances, but I think, like you said, if you could take 9 out of 12 points, and I think I would probably go out and say you could have been 10 points, because I think at Preston, I think we kind of tried to go for that winner after being 1-0, and we obviously conceded late on. I think we've done well to say that we're apparently not ones to challenge because of all this point deduction.
Yeah, Cifuentes wasn't my choice of manager when he first signed, but he's slowly growing on me. He seems to be more proactive than reactive, like we've had the last few managers with Van Nistelrooy, and we couldn't really tell with Cooper, and Rodgers as well. He seems to make the subs at the right time. I think he's got Jeremy Monga playing well as an impact player. I think he's too young to be a starting player. I mean, just on Monga, That touch he made, and then I think it was sort of a Cruyff. It wasn't quite a complete Cruyff turn, but a Cruyff turn and put it into the box, into the danger zone. Where the last few years, all the wingers have done is played it backwards, and it's probably ended up in the bloody keeper's hands 2 or 3 passes later. But the performance was one of a bit more fight, a bit more passion, a bit more spirit. That's all I've been asking. To wear that blue shirt to Leicester, that's mostly 50% of what I want to see. Fight, even if you lose 3 or 4-0, but you've still showed that fight, that passion, that spirit, everything. A lot of fans would be happy with that, but just the last couple of years, we just haven't. Like I say, there's still room for improvement. A good 3 points on a Friday night. Yeah, you can't moan at that at all, really.
No, you can't. Jono, obviously, we were talking earlier about the certain captains that have done a job for us in the game on Friday night. And I did see your message saying a few players did show your performances and deserve to be man of the match. What's your kind of take on the man of the match? Who do you think probably shown out compared to everyone else on Friday?
I mean, Hamza Chowdhury for me, it's compared to the last few seasons this season, it's honestly, he's the biggest step up. He's honestly, since we've had to come in and take the captain's role, and he's Mr. Leicester at the moment. He's like the new Vardy in a way. Like he wears the badge and he puts 110% in every single time. I said on the Thursday show, he's going to get a yellow card. He's going to get one, but he leaves everything on the pitch. Whenever players make mistakes, he's the first person to run up to them and say, "Look, mate, come on, you're doing well. We've got this." He's every time we're attacking, he's there. Every time we get counter-attacked, he's there. I thought he was just really, really good. Not necessarily all the quality with the ball, but just the energy and the tackling was just brilliant.
No, I agree, and I am gonna come to Nick next because he did mention something to me before we went live, and there was a certain player that I think did perform well again, and I'll let Nick tell him who that was.
It pains me to say it because I've been his biggest critic since he's been here, and that was Samara.
There we
I
go.
thought he had a stellar game.
Don't you think he's lost a bit of timber and looks a lot fitter?
He has. He looks a lot skinny, doesn't he?
Yes, I agree. And I think the one thing that I would go out and say, from what I can remember from the game, is I don't know who lost the ball. It was in the attacking section for us, and then they went on a counter attack, and I think Simari was running the whole way back from the pitch with Skip to try and get that ball back. And
that was the goal. The first.
Yes.
Fatah's goal. Both of them were running back. I've never seen them two midfielders run back like that. And Samari has been known just to give up the ghost, really, and he looked like he was blowing out his arse a lot of the time. But he managed to chase back, win the ball. I think it wasn't the ball he played to Page. It was the ball before.
Yeah.
And then it got to Page, and the two midfielders. Cifuentes must see something in Skip in training that we don't see.
I don't think he was that bad against him against Birmingham.
Winks is better. I think Winks is more collected. He looks more relaxed on the ball. Even when 3 players are pressing Winks, he looks more relaxed. He can turn. He can find that pass. But I think Skip's more panicky on the ball. He's not as confident on the ball as I think Winks is.
No, but while I agree with you that Winks is arguably our best player, I do. But if he's going around spitting his dummy out left, right, and centre,
he shouldn't play.
He should not be in the squad.
No, so was all Canoes.
And the same goes with Canoes. If you don't want to be here, go. I only want players playing for my club that actually give a monkeys and want to play and are ready to leave it out on the pitch like that team did on Friday. And Charlton.
I actually went out and said a few weeks ago, I said that I would rather have a Winks who doesn't want to be here but has the quality over a Skip. But now I'm starting to see after the last 2 weeks and 2 games that even if the quality isn't there, you'd rather have the passion and the fight there of somebody who wants to be here than the quality at all. So for me, I would rather see Skip in there if he's going to do what he did against Friday night and get his body stuck in and do the tackles, even if his passes are woeful, than have somebody in there who probably doesn't really give a monkey. So,
back to last season with Rude, we were all saying that throughout the last part of the season, he was playing the same team week in, week out, no matter how poor they were, no matter how much they moaned, they played the same team every week. And I think this is the mentality change of the club I like, is he's come in and said, look, I'm not having any attitude. If you have attitude, you're gone. I want people to
Yeah.
play for me and the team. If you're not doing that, no matter how good you are, you're not bigger than the club. You can't do an Isaac and just free dummy out the pram. You're playing for me. I don't care how. Then that's what I like to see.
No, I agree. Gray puts in the comments here, does the window close at midnight or tonight? No, it doesn't. It closes at
7
I think
o'clock
7
tomorrow.
o'clock. I'm mentioning on the transfer window, Jamie. Obviously, we've not signed basically anyone until now. Obviously, other than Begovic.
Until now,
Well, until now, because you never know. We counted about 34 hours to go until the window does close. What is your take on this? Because surely we've got to have at least someone, even if it's a loan, before this window closes.
my take so far is not to believe a word on social media and all these in the night, the ITKs, because there's been about 10 rumours in the last 24 hours, and I've heard of none of these players.
Yeah.
Absolutely none of them. And some of the accounts that they're coming from have got like 50 followers. So you just can't believe it. But I don't know. We need players. Yes, we need players. We do need a creative midfielder, because if Canoes does stay, what's his head going to be like? Is he going to be waiting until January? Is he trying not to get injured just in case?
Surely his best way to get a sale is to play and show his quality.
You would have thought so. But he did this for his move to Leicester.
Yeah.
He did exactly the same thing. Once he's not happy, why play not happy man? And it's the same thing I said last week, just going off transfers. The exuberance of youth, Page and Monga, both starting. Page has still got a long way to go, but he wants to be there. He wants to play. You've got Monga that's 16, I think it's 16 years on the night, 16 years and 44 days, and Page 17 years and 44 days. You've got players that want to play. Luke Thomas, he's grown up again. He was like a bit of a nightmare the last 2 years in the way he's playing, but now he's getting back, not to his best, but he's getting back to a player that we know. But going back, so I think we do need players, but I just can't see it happening. I really can't. I can't. Maybe one. You might get a couple out, but I can't see he's getting many in, because he's saying he's got too big a squad. I think he said he got something like 32 players, was it? Or
he did have. I think he's slimmed that down now, and he said that he was happy with the amount of squad he's got.
But it's a bit of a poor show, though, that if by tomorrow night, what time is it? 11 o'clock, did you say? 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit of a poor show if we've only got Begovic in, the keeper.
Surely you can bring loans in as well, though. Like, you've got a chance to do that, surely.
I think in the Championship it's slightly different. You can bring loans in.
We can bring free agents in as well.
Yeah. But what you mean? Like, you're trying to sign Jamie Vardy back again?
Well,
no, he's off to Italy, isn't he?
There's Josh Brownhill, for example. There's, I mean, is it Oxlade-Chamberlain's been linked with us? I think he's now a free agent. That
Josh Brownhill, though, Nick, if he's that good, why hasn't he been picked up already? Same as Jamie Vardy.
Why is Jamie Vardy?
Why hasn't he been picked up already? If he's a free agent, it's just
Brownhill's stats for me. No one should not go for him. As in, he should be good for any Championship side, let alone any Premier League side. For me, I'm going to mention one thing, because me and Nick were talking about it as well before the show. And Aggie Frith says, not sure why the Leicester fans turned on Damari Gray. No. For one, I think it was just a bit of fun and games. But second of all, he had a stinker. So let's talk about Damari Gray. Jamie, what's your take on him? Because people are saying people are wondering why we should be turning on him when he only really did much in the year we won the league.
He did. To be honest, he didn't do an awful lot at Leicester. He had a lot of potential. But because he had that big chip on his shoulder and his ego was bigger than the actual club, I think that's why a lot of fans, and he thought he better than what he was. I mean, he went to that place where did he go? Germany.
Saudi. Saudi.
He went to Germany first, then he went to Saudi Arabia, and then he's come back and he's gone back to his hometown club. Fair enough, he's gone back to where he started from, but I probably wouldn't have booed him. I'm probably going to get every ex-player gets stick. No matter where they go, every ex-player gets stick. But for me, Damari Gray wouldn't be as much as a legend as if Kante came. When Kante comes back and plays, if Vardy ever comes back or Danny's anything like that, where's Morgan? Danny said, I know they're not all the rule, but players like that, Kasper Schmeichel, if he ever came back, they would get the applause they deserve. But I don't think Demarai Gray did an awful lot at Leicester. Potentially, his potential never grew. He was at the same level when we got him. He never improved for me.
You could argue Nathan Dyer in that title-winning season did more for the club than what Demarai Gray did in these 11 substitute appearances.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Nathan Dyer had to get basically
he
knocked
put his
out
body
to
on
do
the
it.
line to get the goal.
Yeah.
But again, I had a bit of fun doing it. Obviously, right at the end when we were 2-0 up, and obviously he tried to make that run, and he fell off the pitch, and everyone was ripping him a new one. It was funny to see.
The thing was though, he was injured in the first half, and he shouldn't have come out. He probably lost Birmingham that game.
Yeah.
Being so selfish and his ego, trying to do something, and that free kick that he had, that I think Jacob. I don't think Jacob saved the initial save, but he saved the rebound, and everyone celebrated like that was right in front of you when it read it.
Yeah.
And everyone celebrated like he just saved a penalty or something. He had a point to prove, but it didn't work.
It's part of the game. You always give your ex-players a bit of stick and stuff, because 9 times out of 10, if you don't, they'll score against you. It's part of the game. I mean, come off of it. Jesus Christ. What world are we living in now if you can't give the players that have got a chip on the shoulder when they're here a bit of stick?
No, I completely agree.
Talking about fans, you've moved seats now, haven't you? So you're away from where I sit, which is quite pleasing. I'll save on sweets now. What's it like in that safe standing? Now there's been 2 games.
Good.
I would go out and say that I think since Fuentes came out about being more together with the fans and to the players and whatnot, I think the atmosphere is improving. Obviously, we saw it against Charlton in the away end, but then when it comes to home, I think there was signs where we were improving. I think the safe standing helps because a lot more people who want to be there obviously want to stand and try and support the boys a bit more, and obviously being right next to the away fans as well kind of lets us give a bit of stick back. So I'm happy with where we are, and I think the view's quite good there. But again, atmosphere-wise, I think it is slowly improving.
But that helps. That helps when the fans see the players on the pitch giving it their all.
Yeah, once we saw what we saw on Saturday,
both ways.
When we saw what we saw on Saturday, I think it helped. Friday, it helped a lot. What I will mention though, on the title of the show again is Captain Secure the Points. It nearly didn't because a certain Ricardo Pereira, from what I saw after the game, he could have been sent off.
He should have been sent off, Reedo. Not could. He should have.
I've not seen the replay, but when someone
you sound like a manager, Reader. I've not seen a replay yet.
I haven't. I saw it in the game and I thought, it was just a bit of a dangerous tackle right near the end of the game. But again, did he deserve to?
My take on it is, if it was the Premier League, yes, absolutely red carded. However, in that moment, the referee, he was in good view of the referee. He got in that quick moment, it looked like he got the ball first and he followed through. He got yellow and they got a free kick. But it's only when you look at it again, you see it's a yellow card. But the referee does not have the option to see it again. From what he saw, got the ball first and he followed through. And it does look worse in the replay. So I don't blame the referee giving that decision. If I was a Birmingham fan, of course I'd be pissed off looking at the replays. You got to put in the referee's perspective. He doesn't have those replays. So, yes, he should have been a red carded, but I can see why it wasn't a red card at that moment.
No, I agree. Again, I think VAR was in the game in the Premier League or whatnot. It probably would have been easier given.
Let's not go on VAR. Let's not.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that we probably got quite fortunate because then he went on and scored the second to win the game, which I'm obviously glad about, and it was a good volley. We'll quickly move on before we do finish with obviously Phil doing his show tomorrow. Who have we got up next after the international break? I think it's Oxford, isn't it?
Oxford away.
Oxford and then Cov.
There you go. So obviously,
that'll be a good one.
3 wins out of 4 going into an international break. I think it's quite decent, like Jamie said earlier. And obviously going into the game after that international break in Oxford, and one where they're probably one of the favourites to probably go back down. So I think what's our kind of quick view on that? Should we be expecting to try and win there? I know it's never going to be an easy win, but what's your take on it, Nick?
Um, I don't know. Anything can change. We do again. It all changes, doesn't it? We need to see what players we get through and get out the door.
Yeah.
It's a weird ground though. You've only got 3 sides to it for a start, so that's a
It's not a
culture
good
shock.
stadium at all.
It's
in the middle of
awful.
nowhere. It's an awful
It is.
stadium.
You can see the motorway from it. That's how rubbish.
Really,
And-
did you get tickets for it?
I did, yeah.
Then
There
if
was
you look at the
only
stand,
900 weren't there? 950 weren't there?
Yeah, it's
I'm not
a
sure,
weird
but yeah, I
stadium.
got them, yeah.
there's like 50
But-
meters of space between each stand, so you can't create an atmosphere. It's like just
No.
blocks.
Well,
The only thing
You just-
I'd like to say about it is, I think the international break could upset the apple cart a little bit because it's 2 weeks off, and the momentum we've got is not going to carry on. Like if we've got a game next Saturday, would have been different. This week's break, a 2 weeks break, could be. It could not be nice for us. It could work both ways. We've got the momentum of 9 points out of 12. Oh, let's roll on to. Oh, we've got 2 weeks to wait.
yeah.
Mm.
No, I do understand
Could be
that.
that it could work both ways for us. That's the problem.
But we
I
could
think-
get a few more players. Obviously, I know it's only until tomorrow night now, but if we can get some of the players that we don't want to be here anymore.
But the
Then
problem is, though,
hopefully
really,
and
some of them have
hopefully
already
more.
gone on international duty, though.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
What I like is that Cifuentes can sit down and with Andy King and his other coaches and say, right, this is now the team. We've had 4 games. We've seen different rotations. We've seen different formations. We've seen different players. What is our now fixed starting 11 now the window's closed? And it gives them 2 weeks to get to that stage. I think it's come at as Jamie said, it could go both ways. But I think the other way is we now have time to actually work with our fixed 11 rather than worrying about who's leaving, who's going.
But that also depends, John, on the international players that are going.
We won't have too many going. And
Won't have too many.
won't
You
have
know,
too
so-
many anyway.
El Canoes,
Daka.
Again, he's not playing.
Batua,
So
Daka,
that's
Ayew,
again.
Nelson, Stolarkic. There's a
Yeah.
lot that will be going. FaZe will be going.
I think the
How's
one
he
thing
still getting in the Belgian squad?
I think, do you know what? I don't think he's been that badly for us this season since he's come on the bench. I think the one thing we will mention before we do finish and let everyone go is the fact that when we saw Fataru get subbed off, we did see, and I think it's okay now anyway, but we did see him limping off, and I think it was just
I
cramp.
think it was cramp.
But
Bad.
it was
So
a
you didn't
bad
see him
sign.
dancing at the end of the game then,
No,
Reedy?
I did. I'm just saying that I did want to mention it because there was a tiny chance that he was coming off. He was coming off
Paul
injured.
Atkins asked the same question, and Cifuentes just laughed it off. He said, "It's fine." He was dancing at the end, and I love his dancing. What manager's going to say that? I love his dancing.
Well,
I
I'm
like
just
Nigel.
happy he's done
doing
it.
the right things.
He is.
He's doing all the right things, and I think the blend with him and King Air
Mm.
is a perfect balance because you've got a legend in King Air who knows the club, the fans love, and it just works those two together so far. So fair play.
No, I agree. Okay, well, we'll let everyone go. Thank you for joining. Jamie, can you give me one last word to describe Friday night's performance, please?
It's put me on the spot for one word. No, 2 words, 3 words. Room for improvement.
There you go. You can add that into one word, room for improvement. Jamie, appreciate you coming on. We'll hopefully see you soon. Do you know when you're coming back to host these shows?
It all depends on work, pal. It really
There
does.
you go.
I don't get much time, so just being these last few weeks, I've had couple of hours off on a Sunday. That's the only reason at the minute.
There you go. Cheers, Jamie. Appreciate you coming on.
See you later, lads. Nick, Jono, adios,
See you later,
pals.
mate.
See you later.
Later.
Jono, one word for the performance on Friday. Try
I'll
to do
say
one word
passion.
instead of 3.
I'll say passion. I
Passion.
think. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Jono, appreciate you coming on, and we'll hopefully see you on another show soon.
So, like, guys.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit, Bob.
And then Nick, finally, one word for
Resilient.
Friday night's game. Resilient. There you go. There you go. I'm going to give mine now, and I think it's going to be I don't know.
That's 2 words.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's 2 words, isn't it? Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm not giving you one. I'm not giving you one. I can't think of one. Can't think of one. I'm being an idiot. There you go. Nick, appreciate you coming on. We'll probably
Cheers,
see you
pal.
next Sunday for another show.
You will do.
Yep. See you in a bit, Mick.
Have a good week, guys. Take care.
Yep. See you in a bit. And there you go, guys. Another show done and dusted. We have won against Birmingham 2-0. Clean sheet, as always. Great to hear. And we will get to see Phil tomorrow on his show to talk about international break and everything about the Birmingham game as well. But we'll get some other views on that as well. Appreciate you coming on. As always, follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials down below. And we'll catch you all on the next show. See you in a bit, guys. Peace out.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.